welcome to your developer workshop introduction to Coreum-JS. So Coreum-JS is a JavaScript library that allows you to create the Coreum blockchain. At the end of the workshop, you will know how to issue, mint, and send smart token using JavaScript. All right, let's go. So this is a Next.js project. So Next.js is a full stack framework based on the React library. So it allows you to have to do server-side rendering and to have a backend that is integrated like in the same project. So we're gonna leverage Next.js, which is a great framework. And so the only thing that you need to do when you do the git clone from the repo that we shared is just to do npm install, and you're gonna have like all the dependency installed at the same time, and that include Coreum.js. All right, so we're gonna start by initializing the Coreum.js client. So right here, you can see that I did it in a separate file. So it's going to be more easy to export the object and not to have like to rewrite the same code multiple times, but you can do it like into the file that you have here, into the APIs. So we import the client from the Coreum.js library. We instantiate the client with the network. Right here it's a parameter, but you could put directly, for example, right here you could put testnet. So that means that you're gonna use the Coreum, the client with the testnet. So this is the first step, and then the second step we do await right here. So we're waiting for the result, and we connect with the mnemonic. And this is coming from a .env variable that I have here. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do together is issue an NFT collection. All right, so right here you can see I import Coreum.js from the config file that I just showed you guys. So right here we get the issuer address. So this is your address that is compute from the mnemonic. Then this is the interesting part. We have like the new NFT collection message object. So you're gonna need a couple of parameters in this object. So the first one is the issuer. So the issuer is your address right here. So it's gonna be the wallet that is going to sign the transaction on the network. You have the symbol, which is the NFT collection symbol. So let's put work for workshop as a symbol. The name of the collection, so we're gonna say this is the workshop collection, and a description to give more context about your collection. Right here you have the hash, the URI. So this is gonna point to the metadata of your NFT collection. And then you have the hash of this URL right here. So that means that this URI can be changed, but if it's changed, it's gonna have a different hash. You have the royalty rate. Right now it's set to 0, but you can set it like to the number that you want. So that means that every time there is an NFT going from one end to another, the issuer of the collection is gonna have some royalty. And the last thing is the features. So those are native to the Coreum smart tokens. So right here it's an array of numbers, but the 0 is for burning, the 1 is for freezing, the 2 is for whitelisting, and the 3 is for disable sending. So right now, for the purpose of this workshop, we're gonna go with the whitelisting function. And what whitelisting function allow you to do? It allow you to specify per token an address that will be able to receive the NFT. So this is super helpful, for example, like to enforce some KYC on the blockchain part. So here we just do like a console log of this object right here, and we send the collection. When the collection is sent, we return the result to the client, and we just like print the whole result of the transaction. So let's go. We're gonna call this API from the client, which is my Chrome browser. NFT API issue collection. All right. So right here we have like the answer, and we can see like the transaction hash right here. So I'm gonna go in the Coreum blockchain explorer and tap this hash right here, and you can see that it detects that is a new NFT issue class message type with a new NFT class that is named workshop collection, and that has been issued by my address right here. All right. And the last thing, so if you look at just gonna take some time to look at the class ID, which is the unique identifier for this specific NFT collection, and it should be somewhere here. Yeah, so it's right here, ID. So I'm gonna copy this ID, and we're gonna go back to VS Code. So right now we do all of this like manually, but of course like in a real use case, with, for example, like for an NFT marketplace or whatever the use case is, you can like do this like programmatically. So this was like to issue an NFT collection. And if you look, last thing, if you look before we move on, if you look at this, at the console log of this object right here, you're gonna see that this is the tap URL that is being called on the Coreum blockchain, on the RPC endpoint. All right, so we're gonna go to the mint section. So this is the same right here. And again, like for the workshop, I did like different set of APIs, but all of those functions can be like into the same APIs and like just like be triggered by some different switch cases. But this is like for education purpose. So right here we have like a new NFT object. So you can see right here we import NFT from Coreum-JS. So those are like the module that are exposed by the library. You have like a different set of them. You have NFT, FT, fungible tokens. You have, I believe, Coreum-JS. You have the bank module, and we're gonna look at all of those modules today. So right here we have like the NFT mint message object. So the sender have to be the same sender that issued the collection, otherwise it's not gonna work. Then the class ID is the ID that I just copy from the output in the browser right here. So the ID is the new NFT ID that you're going to create. So let's call it work1. You can specify a URI. So for example, that will be HTTPS, let's say test.com/1.json if you would like to host your NFT on a centralized server, or otherwise this could be like the IPFS content identifier. It's up to you. And then we just do the same. We call the Coreum client, we send the transaction, and we passed it the object message. So you're gonna notice that it's always the same send transaction function that is called, but what changed is the message itself. All right, so let's do this and mint our first NFT for this collection. So we're gonna call mint NFT. All right. So new NFT have been minted. So you can see right here you have like the coin spend, coin receive, transfer, and let's see the message right here. So here it is. So there is a new NFT that has been mint with the value work1, which is the NFT ID that we gave it, and it's owned by the issuer, of course. So let's see if we can find the transaction hash into the block explorer. And here it is. So NFT mint, ID work1, URI, the URI we give it, and yeah, sender, and the class ID, which is like the global the NFT collection that where the work1 NFT belong. All right. So hopefully everything is you understand everything from now. If you have any question, put them in the chat, and we will try to answer them after. So that was for mint NFT. So right now, like the first two APIs that we worked was like issue collection and mint NFT. So those are like transactions that we send to the network and that we need to sign. But what we can also do is just query the network. So for this, you're gonna see that you don't need like to use the Coreum client right here, because to query the network you don't need to sign any transaction. So what we are going to do is like go right here, call the import the bank module, and do bank.allBalance on the issuer. All right, so you can see right here we only have like UTest score, which is the native denom for the Coreum testnet. But when we're gonna mint some fungible token, you're gonna see that there's gonna be another token in this balance. Actually, what I wanted to show before is like query like the NFT collection. So let's query the NFT collection right here to make sure that we have like the token that we mint. So I'm gonna go into the query NFT collection.typescript. I'm going to import NFT beta and NFT from the Coreum client right here. And right here, I'm going to do NFT beta.nft. And the first parameter right here is the class ID. So the class ID is the, let me see, we should have it right here. Yeah, is this one right here. And the second argument is the owner. So if you want like to have like the NFT of a specific address, you put it right here. Or if you want like to have like all the NFT of the collection, you can leave that blank. So we're gonna query this specific NFT collection for all of the owner. So let's go query collection. All right, so you can see right now we have only one NFT, so it's a work one, and it belongs to the work test score class ID collection. All right, so now the next step that we can do is whitelisting an NFT. And before doing this, we're gonna try like to send this NFT to an address that is not whitelisted to see what is going to happen. So,
and actually, Elwin,
yeah,
just a quick question. What exactly is whitelisting?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's actually a very good question. So whitelisting is the process to allow an address, a Coreum address, to be able like to receive a particular NFT. So if I go back to the issue NFT collection right here, in the message right here, you're gonna see that the feature, in the feature we pass it like in the array the number 2, and number 2 stands for whitelisting. So that means that all of the NFT coming for this collection will need to be whitelisted before getting sent to another wallet. So this is a super useful feature. For example, let's say you have like soulbound tokens and you want to make sure that a particular token cannot be sent like to another wallet. And prior to this, you make sure that this wallet belong to a certain person. So this is how you can enforce some type of KYC on chain. Does that answer the question, Lamont?
No, it does. It does.
Awesome. So yeah, so send NFT. So thank you for that question. And so let's jump to the send NFT. So what we're gonna do? So right here I have an address that is not my address, and what we're gonna try to do together is like send the work1 NFT to this address. But keep in mind that this address is not whitelisted. So that means that the transfer should fail. But let's try it. All right, so the NFT ID was work1. The class ID is right here. And the sender, we are the sender, so the minter of the NFT. All right, so let's try to call that function, that API, and see what is the output of this. All right, so we can see we have a new some error right here, and let's see in the logs in the terminal what happened. So query failed. NFT with class ID work and ID work1 is not whitelisted for account test score AGP8 unauthorized. So that means that this particular address is not whitelisted to receive the NFT. So what we're gonna do is whitelist this address for this particular NFT so we can send it to that address. All right, let's do it. And you can see it's always the same thing, right? So we import the NFT module or the FT module from Coreum-JS. We initialize the client. We create the message from the module that we imported. So right here it's nft.addWhitelist. We pass the class ID of the NFT collection right here. So first of all, I'm gonna pass, okay, so this is the address right here that we wish to whitelist, the account. And the NFT collection, so it's that one right here. And NFT ID was work1. All right. Then business as usual, we send the transaction and we pass the message that we just created right here. All right, so let's see, let's call the whitelisting NFT API. All right. So this is a success. Let's see the transaction. So this is a transaction hash. Let's go into the block explorer and see what's going on. All right. So account. So this is my account. Whitelisted the test score ARGP8 address to all work1 NFT with class work test score. So that means that now, from now, this address will be able like to receive the NFT. But we still need to send this address the NFT because right now it do not own the NFT yet. So let's do it. So let's retry the send NFT function. And this time it should be successful. All right, so it went through. So let's go into the block explorer once again. All right, so account right here as send NFT work1 with class work, class ID work test score to the address that we just whitelist. So that means that address right now on this particular NFT. And you know what, just to make sure, what we can do is like go into like the Coreum NFT collection and try to put that address, which is the issuer of the NFT. But right now it should not own the NFT again because we just send it to the other address. But let's see. All right. All right, so no NFTs. Let's try for that address right here. Here is the NFT. So we successfully transfer an NFT from one address to another address. And prior to this, we whitelisted this address to be able to send the NFT. All right, so from now we issue a new NFT collection, we mint an NFT, we whitelist an NFT, and we send this NFT to a new address with Coreum-JS. All right, so right now what we can do is like try to do the same with the fungible for a fungible asset, so fungible smart token. So let's go into the issue FT collection API. So that time you're gonna see that instead of importing the NFT module from Coreum.js, we import the fungible one. So same here, we import the Coreum client, we do await and then initialize the client. And for those who just joined, I'm just gonna show you again like the config file right here. So we import the client from Coreum.js. Right here we have a parameter like to pass as a string the networks. So the different options are devnet, so for if you run the blockchain locally, and mainnet for the mainnet network. And then we create the client with the mnemonic which come from like the .env file, and we return it. All right, so let's get back to the issue FT collection API. So right here we get the issuer address, so Coreum client.address, and then those are like some variable, but like let's say we want to put a new fungible token, so those are let's put like my fungible token, and you can see there is a U. So U stands for micro, which is the denom, and it's so micro is 10 power minus 6, and this have some importance for the next step. So right here we create like the issue message object. So first parameter is the issuer, second parameter is the symbol right here, third parameter is the subunit. So subunit is, as I said, is the denom 10 power minus 6. The precision 6 digit, initial amount of the smart token, and a description. So right here is the same as for the NFT smart token. We can add some smart features. So let's say right here you have like 0, which is minting. So that means that you can add more, create new tokens. So it's not a limited supply. You can burn some token. You can freeze, whitelist, and enable IBC transfer. And IBC stands for Inter-Blockchain Communication Protocol. So that means that you're able like to bridge the token from Coreum to another blockchain. And that had been covered by Kin in our previous workshop. So right here we're gonna put all of the different smart features. So minting, burning, freezing, whitelisting, and IBC. And we're going to create the new collection. So we do Coreum client.send transaction, and we pass the issue fungible token message object that we just created. So let's see how that goes. All right. So right here we have like the transaction went through. We have the transaction hash right here. So we're gonna be able like to paste it into the block explorer. All right, so right here, so our address just issue that amount of units of our newly created token. So that's perfect. That's perfect right here. So the next step will be like to mint some token. So right here you have like the message to do it. So you know what? I was not planning on doing it, but let's do it. So I'm gonna comment the issue message, and I'm going to paste right here the subunit, which is the denom, and we're going to mint one new fungible token. So instead of passing like the issue message right here, I'll pass the mint message. All right. So let's call that API once again. Whoops. All right, so we have an error right here. So invalid denom. Denom does not match format. All right, so that means that this right here should be the subunit and the issuer address. So the issuer address is my address right here. So I'm just going like to take it from here. Paste it right here. All right, so that should work. And so that's a good example. Like for some reason, if you have like some error popping in the client, just make sure to watch the terminal. The library is very well made. There is like all of the error that are explained right here. So let's try once again. All right, still got some error right here. So it's the same error. Okay, so I forgot that right here. Let's try once again, and if it do not work, I'm gonna move to the next step. All right, so it works. Perfect. So right here we have the transaction hash. Let's paste it into the block explorer to see, to have like a clear message right here. So our address just means one unit of our newly created fungible token. So that's perfect. So right now we're just gonna like query the balance as I showed you earlier, just to make sure that we own this new unit right here. All right, so perfect. So you can see that in our balance we have some UTest score, which are like the native testnet Coreum token. And we have our newly created token, so my fungible token. So right here you have that amount plus the one that we just minted. All right, perfect. Yeah, the last thing I want to show you is how to send core. So we're gonna send some UTest core in on the mainnet is gonna be ucore instead of UTest core, but it's exactly the same. So what we're gonna do right here is import the bank module from Coreum-JS and create a new bank.send message right here. So from our address, so the issuer, to this address right here. So the denom is UTest score, and we're gonna send 1 million UTest score. So 1 million UTest score is equal to 1 test score because it's 10 power minus 6. So yeah, so the amount is defined in the subunit, and that means that we're sending like 1 test score right here. All right, so let's try. All right, perfect. All right, so 1 test score was sent from our address to this address. So the only thing right here that you have to be careful is, like, as I said earlier, like, so right here, like this, the amount is in subunits. So for UTest score is, so 1 UTest score, okay, let's say 1 million UTest score is equal to 1 test score. So yeah, so here we can see that we send only one test score to this address right here. Yeah, I think that's all for today. So I'm going to stop my screen sharing. Hopefully that was helpful and you learn some cool things.
Yeah, we say thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And be on the lookout for our next workshop. We will be making an announcement on that soon. And yeah, follow us on X, follow us on Discord. And if you have any more questions about this workshop, you're more than welcome to visit Coreum's Discord and ask those questions. And thank you once again, Elwin, for doing this workshop.
Of course.
And everybody have a great rest of your day.